Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. This is Rock and Roll Spot coming at you with the X-Men portion of the weekly comic book roundup. And we have a light haul this week, so let's get started. First off, we'll kick things off with the final issue of Hulkverines. It is the third and final issue. Oh, I swear this was a 3-issue long train wreck. Just could not look away. I friggin' bought the damn thing. So, where we left off, Wolverine and Hulk and Weapon H had all met up at the safe house for Weapon H's family. Of course, now, however, it turns out that the leader knows where the safe house is, so they're having to evacuate. Hulk has gone from being Hulk to Bruce Banner, so he fits in the family car just fine. There's some arguing about kind of the kids are the more vocal ones in this, just kind of, basically our dad's better than the two, long-time superheroes who, potentially speaking, have tons of merch dedicated to them, which neither of them are probably seeing a dime from because, well, no, I mean they have public identities, or at least Wolverine does. Hulk, that's iffy. But so they get out of lake. They drive out of Lake Erie, or are attacked by a giant version of one of the leader's humanoids. As it's daytime, Banner can't Hulk out, so Weapon H and Wolverine go after it. And all said and done, the humanoid grabs Banner and Logan and teleports away. And so anyways, Dr. Alba and the leader are gushing over each other at one of the Shadow Base facilities, with one of the Shadow Base operatives tied up and watching. So anyways, they now have Wolverine and the Hulk, and so they fill the two with nanobots, basically turning both of them into, turning them both into Hulkverines. And of course, they're flirting, and so you get things like, leaders saying, "Oh, after you, Dr. Alba." Like, "Oh, no, after you, Samuel." And so it's like, hey, let's just share the moment. But yeah. So now you've got an adamantium-laced Hulk with claws that are about, I would guess, 3 feet long. And hulked out Wolverine with claws that are probably about, I would guess, 2 feet long. And so but they've also managed to take out, completely, they're basically get rid of all the wits and everything. No minds. They're just brute monsters. And so they drop them they teleport them into the Central Ohio Green Energy Corporation, which is a Shadow-based Ottawa WMD facility, and observe. And yeah, the Hulkverines tear shit up, and it's like, yes, this is exactly what they intended Weapon H to be. But then they have a moment of and they attack each other. The Avengers get on site, and there's an explosion. Weapon H shows up as well, and he goes in to help out. And so Weapon H takes on the Hulkverines. And he leads them basically right towards Dr. Alba, the leader, Dr. Alba. Weapon H destroys leader's teleportation device, and then, but they manage to get rid of the nanobites or nanobots. So explaining exactly what they were trying to do, but she then turns the nanobots onto Weapon H, figuring that now we can get it just the way we intended. Yeah, no, it doesn't work. But they still manage. The two still manage to teleport away. And everyone's kind of has a, okay, yeah, let's just, this little thing's over with. So Weapon H goes back to his family. Logan and Banner get some coffee while watching Weapon H drive off with his family, and Banner kind of laments, so he gets a happy ending, and Logan's he earned it. Though Banner counters with, and we haven't. And Logan kind of gets happy's a lot to ask for. Most days he's good with just bittersweet. And so then the two go for a bar, or going to a bar for a beer. Apparently last time that Banner figures he had a beer was the last time him and Logan fought. So Logan figures that the two of them should probably fight more often then. But we end on Alba and the leader watching, seeing that the whole scene's just horrible, much wasted potential. But they found each other through all this. So, yay. This was kind of a train wreck of a book to begin with. Just like, you can't look away, but yeah. Anyway, moving on to Wolverine: The Long Night, number 4. I think this is also the next to last issue of the series, which something tells me I should go for the podcast version instead, because it's hard to. It works. It doesn't work as well, I don't think, written as it would be performed. So where we left off, here's the summary from the first page. The town of Burns, Alaska is in chaos. A series of mysterious deaths has left everyone on edge, and as far as agents Pierce and Marshall are concerned, Logan is at the center of it all. As the agents and their police escort, naive Deputy Bobby, investigate the trail of destruction Logan has left in his wake, and his connection to the wealthy and enigmatic Langrock family, matters become worse as more bodies turn up. But this time a victim has been discovered. Alive. So, we get some shadowy figures entering a house through the window with the radio playing. And cuts to a 911 call. Apparently, a whole bunch of houses just had all their light bulbs stolen by the Aurora cult. Operators, how do you know? Apparently they left a card saying that the long night is coming. Asking how safe they feel and to join the Aurora. At Split Rock Canyon, however, Agents Pierce and Marshall are looking at the remains of the bear that was caught. Noting that they left the guts but they took the body. Um, 5 feet of intestinal tract. While there appears to be some fish, but no red meat. No human remains. So whoever attacked the last person, it wasn't this bear. I'm pretty sure it's part of something bigger. And, God, I can't remember if it's Pierce. Honestly, I can't remember which one is Pierce and Marshall. But, one of the agents takes a look at the wounds on the young woman. And a quick examination noted that, bear has 42 teeth, the human has 32. It's mentioned that after Mallory Howland was interviewed, the tracker was stuck on her. We see Mallory talking with Logan. And Mallory's not too keen on helping Logan at the moment. Seems like, all he's doing is bringing trouble. But Logan kind of said, just remember, liars are no angels, so... But she kind of, he's not an angel. No, he isn't. And he explains that he came, and she says that he could just, if he hates the place so much, he could just leave. He says, he came here because he was running from himself, and he ain't gonna run again. So, the home of Sherman Moses, the brother of our victim. The son of the victim explains that the one who attacked his mom had claws. They heard something outside the trailer park, or outside the trailer. He watched from the window. Explains that it wasn't a man that attacked his mother, it was an it. Explained that our victim has been protesting against some of the Langrocks' activities. He would going so far as to toss an egg at the head of one of the Langrocks. Anyways, the tract of land that the Langrocks bought, which is known as the Tarak. Deputy Bobby takes one of them out there, and Tarak has explained. There are stories all about it. But the tracker was traced to there. Another body is found. Well, what's left of another body. As well as what's left of a lot of other non-human bodies. And so, apparently, Logan knows Sherman. About 8 weeks previously, when Logan showed up in Burns, he saved Sherman from being attacked. They had themselves a chat. Logan talked about, apparently he just caused a lot of collateral damage, and he's trying to do something right. So now, the agents then are trying to figure out the drugs, how they get from point A to point B, and so forth. Wolverine attacks a trailer park where apparently the drugs are being being bundled up out of. Runs the agent to Deputy Bobby, who's like, "Hey, wait, he wants to help stop everyone." Ask, so he can explain. That's where the issue ends. I don't know, a lot of this just doesn't feel like, that did not feel like that's where it should have ended. There should have been, more to, than just more after Debbie Bobby saying, I can explain. Next up, we've got Extremis number 3. Okay, so where we left off. Psylocke has confronted Blob's secret romantic feelings for her, and has also discovered that he does not want to give them up. And so the next day, they're taking care of one of their prisoners, taking care of a prisoner, doing the old mind wipe. Betsy suggests, give him some time before going back in for confirmation. At the moment, however, Blob is constantly thinking how the heart is a muscle the size of your fist. And then Blob gets a tip about a condemned building off of Route 9. A group of kids are going to be throwing a party there a few nights from now. So, wanting to set things up. Apparently, from looks of things, perhaps Psylocke has learned how to cook biscuits. Just biscuits, not anything else from a mind wipe. And apparently the retrograde they brought in, well, according to Bibette, has not been mind wiped. And she accuses members of Department X of working with the Resistance. And after an argument between Bibette and the rest of the team, Blob basically says, encourages Bibette to take the day off. Moneta. Meanwhile, Jubilee finally tries to, let Fred know about the condition Izumi's been in. And apparently there's still a pregnant woman in the basement because no one will take a pregnant woman. That night, Fred goes home and, while lying on his bed, Psylocke comes to see him. He talks some, and she wants to see some of his favorite books. First, Age of Anxiety. She's not a fan of it. The Wasteland. Which, next one he handed her is The Wasteland by T.S. Eliot. She talks about some of her own insecurities. And even mentioned that she never felt that way when she was in the body of Quenon. Apparently that also happened in Age of X-Men. She never felt that way, only towards her actual body. And Blob then kind of, he's aware that hearing him say it won't, make a difference. But when it comes, just what he says is, I know that hearing me say it won't make a difference when it comes to combating the kinds of difficult internal processes you've been dealing with. But I do feel honor bound to now say that, for the record, Betsy, you are so beautiful that I'd sell out every single member of the team just for a chance to fuck you forever. And he also adds that it seems downright criminal that she can't see how lovely she is. Faces like hers would have started wars in ancient Greece. And she bursts out laughing, says it's the worst thing she's ever heard. Yes. Oh, that's nothing. How about, hey Betsy, you're so beautiful that when you crawled across my kitchen table yesterday, I was both turned on and terrified. Then she, kind of goes back to what he said, would it really be that easy for you to leave behind Department X for her? And he, kind of, she had so much for a part and a part. And he talks some about the comparing their team to a body. She's the heart, he's like the central nervous system, and, well, let's not discuss what Moneta is. So, a few days later, they go at the abandoned house where the party's supposed to be. And they find just a bunch of people, apparently it used to be a library, not a house, but they find a bunch of kids and they're reading. And Moneta explains that, they're all members of a Dingus Retrograde cult. Of course, everyone there sees them and it's just like, they run, calling them the extremists, which kind of creeps Blob out a bit. It's nowhere from what I can tell, it's no one that actually previously existed as, Drossum mutants. So, but it leads to a fight because, well, why not destroy Department X? But Department X wins out. And Moneta then explains that she did what she had to do. And Northstar tries to lead her teammates into a trap, but she explains she proves the resistance exists. Blob says, proved? The only thing she's proved is that they're all a bunch of monsters. And then he fires her from Department X. So that they'll have an independent contractor take care of her exit interviews. There's no conflict of interest. She won't even remember there ever was a resistance. And while this is going on, he also gets rid of a bug light hanging that's constantly just catching bugs and making a bit of noise. So, yeah. And that's where the issue ends. And Betsy thanks him for getting rid of Moneta. And that is it for this month's X-Books. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Comment if you want. Hit the bell icon to be notified when I put new content. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, and Patreon and Switch down below. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off, saying, live long and rock hard.